today I'm going to be reviewing the Sugar Pop palette by Too Faced, which you probably already saw from the title of the video. First of all, can we just talk about the absolutely gorgeous packaging on this product? It's covered in macaroons. I'm just going to let you absorb that and take that in because it is beautiful. Alright, so now that we've appreciated that, let's take a look at the inside. So this is what the palette looks like inside. We have 3 different eye looks, basically, because that is how how Too Faced sells this palette. Obviously, there are tons of looks you could create with these 9 eyeshadows, but the 3 that they suggest are the Sweet and Spicy look, which is basically the one I'm wearing today. The Sugar Plums look, which is pretty much all purples, and I know how much the internet loves purples, even if I'm not a huge fan. Oh, I dented Peach Fuzz. Oh well. And the last one is Candy Coated, which is, in my opinion, the coolest set of colors in this palette, even if they are a little bit terrifying for people who don't wear regular colors. Sorry if I'm blinding you by like throwing the mirror around. And then up here in this little indented mirror portion, which is covered in my fingerprints, I apologize, comes a card, which I have since lost, but I should have already taken pictures, so I will include them over on the side or down in the corner or something. But those just sort of give you an introduction on the palette, and 3 eye looks going with these different themes, which is kind of cool. Not many upscale brands anyway seem to do that. I find it really interesting that Too Faced gives you a bunch of ideas on how to use their palettes in case you aren't a giant makeup user, because not everyone is. Like I said, I'm pretty much wearing these 3 colors right here. I have Rock Candy on my brow bone and also in my inner corner. Macaroon, which is the beautiful orangey shade, is in my crease. And then Malted Milk Ball, which is this chocolatey, coppery color, is all over my lid. You get an absolutely gorgeous mix of colors in this palette. There's not a ton of neutrals, but I mean, you probably have other palettes, you probably have neutrals somewhere else. In particular, I like to bring in the neutrals from my Naked Basics palette, but pretty much any palette with neutrals and browns will give you a crease color. There's lots of highlight colors in this palette. But yeah, it is lacking in transition colors. Aside from that, I really, really love this palette. So I'm kind of going to go through these colors, and I'll swatch these for you on my arm. Maybe on the back of my hand, maybe? Yeah, I think I'll go on the back of my hand. So the first one is Sweet and Spicy, which, as I said, I am wearing on my brow bone. But it is a shimmery, creamy color. It's very similar to my natural skin tone, which you may or may not be able to see. And this one does have some small, chunky glitters in it with slightly gold sheen to it. Super pretty highlight. I really, really love it. And while it does seem close to my skin tone on my hand, it definitely gives a light highlight on my eyes, so that's pretty cool. And then beside it is the beautiful orange called Macaroon, which is this gorgeous color, and I will swatch that. And that is that color there. These swatches come out fairly pigmented, but without a primer on the eyes, I find that they can be a little washed out, so I would definitely would suggest a primer even if you're not usually a primer user, if you are considering getting this palette. And the third one in that look is Malted Milk Ball. This is one of the most pigmented in the palette in my opinion, and is absolutely gorgeous. Deep, metallic, bronzy color, and I absolutely love this color. So those are the 3 colors I'm wearing right now, and that is the Sweet and Spicy look. And the next look down, like I said, is the Sugar Plum, so I'll swatch those next. So the first color is Strawberry Ice, which oddly is a super shimmery lilac color. This one does not have any of the chunky glitter in it, but it is very shimmery and almost metallic. So that is that color. So that is that color right there. Super gorgeous. I was a little bit worried to use this as a highlight, but it is absolutely gorgeous on the inner corner because it really like glows and it really stands out. It's a really gorgeous highlight color. How many times can I say really while describing this color? So yeah, that is Strawberry Ice. And then the bright color for this look is Sugared Violet, which again swatches really deep and beautiful. but I find that without a primer it really shears out, which I guess is good if you do want a sheared out look, but I really love it really deep like that. You could also layer this one over a black base, and I think it would really pump up the color and give it a lot more depth. But that one is gorgeous. And then another one of my favorite colors in this palette is Blackberry, which is sort of the crease color in this look. And that is this matte browny purple color. Kind of looks like a bruise color on my hand, but it shears out really beautifully. I don't know if you can tell from over here. It kind of goes a bit more brown when you shear it out in the crease, and it looks really, really great on my eyes. I use this in my crease in the Sugar Pop palette I did with the mint blue and the purple. So I'll link that down below if you want to see that look. I also will have a tutorial for this look coming up, but I'm pretty sure it will go up after this review. So I will link that once that is up, if I remember. And then the final one is Candy Coated. So the first color is Peach Fuzz. I don't want to mix colors here, so I guess I'll do that on my wrist. So that is, so that is Peach Fuzz right there. I hope you can see. It's a bit deeper than my skin tone, but again, when sheared out, it is really beautiful. It has a very similar glitter to Rock Candy, but in a bit of a deeper base. I don't find that this one is as good of an inner corner highlight, at least on my skin tone, because I am so fair, but I do like it as a less intense brow bone highlight, and also really nice as an all over the lid color. I'm going to swatch the other two like against my knuckles, because I can't show you my wrist like that. It's not working. So the next bright color is Bubblegum, and this is sort of a blue-based, very shimmery pink color. Again, it has some of the chunkier glitters, and the glitters can cause a bit of fallout, but this color is absolutely beautiful. I think this is the only color I haven't used on my eyes, so I should really do that soon. But it is like a little bit terrifying, even if it is gorgeous. But I'll try that out soon, maybe in another tutorial. And then finally, one of the colors that kind of made me want this palette in the first place was Blue Raspberry. And like I said, I do have a tutorial with this, so I'll link it down below. And that is Blue Raspberry right there. A bit of a weird color since it's not really the color of blue raspberry flavored candies or raspberries. And honestly, I'd call it a mint green rather than a blue, but it is a really beautiful color. So that is the palette. Those are all the colors. They're not all especially pigmented, but over a primer they all come up really well, and they all definitely build up to pretty much full opacity. It's really, really nice. I really like that the color mix in this one is much more varied. Like there's brights and pastels and stuff instead of the jewel tones and deeper colors that tend to come out in palettes. I really couldn't find anything like this one when I was considering getting it, and I was looking just because I was hoping to get it during the Sephora sale, but it didn't arrive in my location until like the day after, which was really frustrating, but I bought it anyway because it's so gorgeous. I think Blackberry is the only matte also, in case you are wondering. Everything else is either a shimmer or a glitter or a frost. I'm not sure the quality of the Too Faced shadows, at least the ones in this palette. These are the only ones that I've ever tried, but I'm not sure they're quite up to Urban Decay standard in my opinion. Not all of them are as creamy, and they're definitely not all as pigmented as most of the Urban Decay shadows are. Pretty much all of them, at least the dark ones or the glittery ones, have fallout, which I do admit that Urban Decay is bad for as well sometimes. But yeah, just they don't feel quite as high quality as the Urban Decay shadows. Plenty of people will disagree with me, I'm sure. Let me know what you think of this palette or Too Faced eyeshadows in general down in the comments if you've tried them. All in all, I really love this palette. I'm really glad I got it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and especially for spring and summer, it's going to be so much fun. But I'm going to love it all year round. I think the look I'm wearing today would make a really great sort of fall look because it has the browns and the oranges, but it's also a really great summer look because it's kind of like a sunset. I think it kind of depends on the type of makeup you do around the eyes. It's going to change how the overall look appears. I also think you could make something really cool and frosty for sort of winter. Yeah, but especially like for summer and spring, these are going to be really great and really, really fun. So yeah, if you've been considering getting this palette, I definitely think that you should stop considering it and just buy it, because I'm pretty sure it's limited edition. I hope it's still available. I will link it on Sephora as long as it's still available down below if I remember. But I think it's still available. I think I saw it in store last time I was in my store. So yeah, unless you only wear matte eyeshadows or refuse to wear colors on your eyelids, definitely think this is a really great fun palette to have. Yeah, it's just so cute. So I will stop rambling about this palette. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts down below, and check out my tutorials as well, linked down below. And give me a thumbs up if you like this video and want to see more reviews. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!